Jeremy and Joe. No Joe today. He was in Miami for this game. He's now bad luck. When's the last time I saw the Bills win on the road? I'm going to think about that for a little bit. So he saw him lose in Miami. Oh, I saw him win in Miami in 2010. That's probably the last time I saw him win on the road. 803-0550, our phone number, and 1-888-552-550. So I was just doing some work at the New York Times playoff machine because this loss was big for the division. You need to probably finish a full game ahead of the New England Patriots. Because if New England loses to you, that's all right. The tiebreaker will be on a tie in the divisional record. And here you have a loss to the Dolphins. And I don't know that New England's going to lose to the Dolphins. They are unbeaten in the division so far and could finish the season there. The Patriots' schedule from here, their next 3 games are Jets, Bengals, Giants. Then it's Bills and Ravens, and then Jets and Dolphins. So the Patriots get the Jets twice, the Bengals, the Giants, and the Dolphins. And if you do just give New England wins in games they will be favored in, that does not even include the Bills, they're like 89% to win the division, and they might even be the favorite for the 1 seed, New England. And wow. 803-0550, our phone number. All right, things to get to. The offense, a mess when they can't pass the ball because they don't throw the ball. The wide receiver screens, the bubble screens, sometimes they work. We did see a throw down the field to Khalil Shakir in this game, which was amazing to see the ball thrown down the field to Shakir. Did not get completed, but at least he ran down the field as opposed to taking one step backwards to catch a pass and hoping guys miss tackles. The defense is not off the hook here. The defense was horrendous in tackling. It has been a problem for this group. The linebackers have been a problem. Milano and Bernard have been a problem, big time, for this defense, stopping the run. And it was a problem in this game. I think I saw that Devon Achane had 111 yards after contact. Missed tackles. Cam Lewis, missed tackle. A lot of missed tackles. But I think the big story, of course, is like what has happened to Josh Allen. I mean, if you could go back, if you ever do go back and just watch highlights of Allen from like 3 years ago, he's unrecognizable right now, the way this passing offense works. Unrecognizable. It's either a screen pass or run around for 4 seconds and then try something. That's one other thing I'd like to know. I saw Next Gen Stats 3.53 time to throw. That is with built-in 0.0 seconds just to throw screens. And the offense is just so stuck in the mud. Building a team that is run first, run all the time, and people are starting to figure it out, Starting to figure it out. That the Bills' offense is, just like so fragile. Timo Risk of PFF said Josh Allen masks a lot of stuff, and it's hilarious. They're trying to hide it by hiding Josh Allen behind a run-heavy, short-passing offense. A run-heavy, short-passing offense is what this organization has decided to build here. It's kind of wild. Brian in Toronto. Hey, Brian, good morning.
Morning, guys. Look, I like Brandon Beane. I really do. But that wide receiver commentary back in July was brutal, and it was tone-deaf. But then you throw in the press conference from last week. It was the second worst I've seen since Doug Whaley didn't know who was privy to being fired. Because on the Waddle front, if that report's true, it's an absolute joke. There is zero chance you're sitting here saying this is a championship roster and you're not willing to part with a first-round pick this year. That's not conviction. It's cowardice. Yeah. You don't pass on a player who could put you over the top and then tell me you're all in. You're not all in. And on the asset front, go down the list. You spent $6 million on interior defensive tackles. You brought in Joey Bosa, who, God bless him, he's not on IR at this point in the season.
Yeah, he's been pretty good.
Your third-round pick couldn't see the field for 2 months, finally gets out there, plays 5 snaps, and boom, he's hurt. I get that injuries happen, but this is ridiculous. Yeah. And then on the offensive front, you've got one guy who can separate. One. And he's on the field less than 40% of the time, either because he's hurt or he's schemed out of the formation entirely. And he knew every bit of this information prior to the trade deadline. So you can't claim surprise. You chose this. And I think the thing that frustrates me the most is I've been a season ticket holder now for 10 years. I just bought tickets for the new stadium, and I've defended McDermott and this team for more than a decade. It's just not fun anymore. You watch Josh, it's the same movie every week. He comes off the field, the hat goes on, he stares at the tablet, he looks miserable, he looks sad. And I know his grandma told him to smile. Maybe, his grandma can tell everybody in Bill's Mafia to smile, but it's just not fun watching this team anymore. It's genuinely sad. And the one thing that I would just want to get your opinion on is, I don't know if Joe Brady's the problem. I really don't. But let's be real here for a second. He had one good year as the pass game coordinator at LSU with 3 All-Pros. You and I could have coordinated that offense. So if you're going to make a move, fine. But it seems like all of the offensive staff around him are people that run the same thing that he does. So if he gets fired tomorrow, which I don't know if that's a possibility, who's walking through that door to clean up this mess tomorrow? I'll hang up and listen. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Brian. On Allen, I'm just thinking back to, he's of course like beloved, as he should be, and he's arguably the best player the team has ever had, and a transformative player. The stadium across the street is built because of Josh, probably, right? Like it's an easy thing where they're winning all the time, and he's amazing. And I'm kind of with you. Like we are fans sometimes, right? We are unreasonable, however you want to say. Fans, short for fanatic, people say all the time. But you follow this team a lot, and these post-game pressers from Allen in games like this, I don't know if there's something in the middle between what he does and going scorched earth and throwing people under the bus, which I don't think would be productive. But any version of anything that would make you feel like the Bills are, I don't know, like I know they're trying to figure it out and they're trying to fix it. There's just always been, I shouldn't say always, there's just been, to me, an air of the division is their right. They're entitled to their division. And when Beane's asked, like, hey, do you focus on the Chiefs? No. Trading with the Chiefs, to me, indicated something. When you traded with them in the Worthy and Coleman trade, I think that was like a red flag. Like, do you think you're way better at this than you really are? Just this level of hubris might be the word. I don't know. The whole thing, he had 30 points a game last year. Like when Beane, in that conversation in April, he said, more points than any team, including the Super Bowl champs. That's a very weird thing to know. Like you were ready with talking points about the offense. You've probably heard it a lot. Highest scoring offense in franchise history. It's actually not in points per game. And did they score more points than the Eagles last year? Yes. They scored fewer points than the Lions, though. Like this idea that there was some unassailable offense that never needed to ever even consider, what if you decided to try to get better? What if you decided to evolve in any way? You guys are forgetting about Josh Palmer's thing. I think I remember all the time. Like, I'm not forgetting about Josh Palmer. I thought that was a nice signing, but you need more. You need to stay at the top. You need to be thinking that when you're up there, others are coming for you. And this, maybe the Dolphins kind of lulled them into this. This division will be ours as long as we have this all together. And here you go. Like you're going to have to chase down New England, and you're a big underdog to do it. I don't know if you have the horses for it. In New England, like, man, they look like they've got it right. They drafted a rookie receiver, Kyle Williams. He just showed up for the first time really yesterday. He was a player that was available in the mid-rounds. And like Landon Jackson, TJ Sanders, Dwayne Carter. On one side, you might have a Bills defensive front that would be very good if they were all healthy, but none of them are healthy. And the other side of that coin is that like the injuries might be masking that they aren't very good right now anyway. Dwayne Carter had never really been a difference maker for them. He's a third-round pick. Then I got second rounder on TJ Sanders, who was not really showing much. Hopefully he comes back soon, and maybe he can find his way. Like the Walker pick looks good, but they poured so many assets into a defense, and like it always seemed such an an overreach to do so many pieces there. The first piece you added in the draft this year was the blocking tight end. All right, I guess. What are the returns on that? And he can replace Dawson Knox going forward. But right now, like if Kincaid is out for a couple of weeks, Palmer's going to come back, right? He's got to be close. He's limited in practice. Palmer's going to come back, and Kincaid is going to probably miss time here. He's got a hamstring injury. That's going to take time. But I just feel like hubris is it. Wanting to hang banners about 30 points per game. Wanting to hang banners about what they did. Like, you've made it to 2 AFC championship games. You've only made it to 2. I don't know. 803-0550. It's nice. I'm glad they've made it. I'm glad they win the division. I think they're still a pretty good team, a pretty good organization. They could probably beat the Bucs this week. We'll see. But if they don't, that Houston game, prepare yourself. The Houston game is going to be miserable. I mean, real bad. Houston's defense wasn't that good against Jacksonville. They're maybe down a few players, but Houston's defense can make you look bad. And for this offense, it could be tough. 803-0550. I also checked out the 4th and 1 call in the opening drive, and this is slowly starting to become a red flag. The Bills decide to punt on 4th and 1, tied on their first drive of the game. Now, they are inside their own 40, which I usually think, McDermott's not going to go for it inside of his own 40. But there was a time where giving up more than a point of win probability was something they would not do. They would just go for 4th down. It's if we go for it, it's a plus 1.5 win probability. They go for that. This year, they don't. This year, it's 50-50 whether they go for that. That was a 4th and 1. They punt on 4th and 3 from midfield. They've done that a couple times this year. They are, I think before our eyes, they're just shrinking. They're shrinking back from this team that used to throw it all over the field and rip up and down the field and be great into a team that thinks they have to thread an offensive needle and is a lot more timid in a lot more ways. The entire offense is built so you don't turn it over. These short passes so you don't turn it over. I don't know. I never believed that turnovers were actually a problem for Josh Allen. And people got convinced, I guess, down there that they could just win by not turning the ball over. Their last 2 playoff losses, they won the turnover battle and lost the game because they couldn't get a pass down the field. And, all right, we'll get a break in. I'm late. More of your calls. Chris Brown at 8:30. Frustrating. Very frustrating loss. Just me and you here on WGR on a Buffalo Bills football Monday. The Bills fall to the Dolphins 30-13. Their defense held for a while and ultimately broke. Still some good signs, though. Hairston, Bishop, I think those are really legitimately good signs. And past that, on this day, not many.